Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Right. Yeah, before we kick off, Tim and I are running a one-off strategy mastermind session. So Tim and I, round the table, 8 to 10 other business owners, breakfast, lunch, a few beers and a good dinner. And it's just a great time to get some feedback on your business, get some different ideas and just kind of hang around with the right people, really. August the 30th, Lakes Market Hotel in Nottingham. If you're keen, hit the button below and yeah, just drop us a line and we'll pick it up from there. But great. So today we're talking ignorance.
Yeah, and why it's important.
That's right. Yeah, it's a really interesting thing again in business is that I think so many of us only ever look inside our own walls. And they kind of look at, like, I don't know, estate agents only look at what estate agents are doing, and kind of plumbers look at what plumbers are doing, and I get that, and that is really important. And again, back to sort of this mastermind day, looking at what other people are doing is really useful. But actually, what's even more useful is to look further afield. Who are the people? What are the industries that are doing the thing that you need to do really well? Who are the industries that have the processes down pat, the ones that you need to do to make your business better? So I mean, I take it as an example. If you're a shop, who are the people that are best at taking money off people that come to a premises? And you start to look at people like, Alton Towers or kind of any of the theme parks, even sort of down to or up to kind of, cinemas and that sort of thing. They are brilliant at kind of squeezing the most out of someone they've got through their doors. And I think it's really important as a business owner that we do look further and further afield. And, at some level you think, well, okay, there's no way that, a business consultant should look at Alton Towers because the things are like miles and miles apart. But actually, as a business consultant, we've got the same challenges of making money. So okay, who's the best at that? Who is the best at, and look at it at each part. Who is the best at getting, more people into the website? Who is the best at getting more of those people to a place to buy? Who is the best at then getting the most out of those people? And I just think, a real healthy dose of ignorance, Tim and I, we'll often go and see stuff. We'll be in, different rooms, and like the National Tractor Makers Forum, and kind of people ask and say, well, look, what do you know about tractors? Well, nothing. We know about marketing. That's kind of our thing.
That is exactly that. I was sitting in many a meeting with a client, many a strategy session with Paul, where we're trying to get to the bottom of what they want to do and what sort of works well in their industry, and all they've got is stories about their competition.
Yeah.
Which is a very, very niche window to look out of, isn't it? If you're obsessed about, well, the competition have put this yellow font on the website, maybe we should do a yellow font.
Yeah.
It's not the correct creative process. Yeah. Look at, if you're a graphic designer, look at an engineering firm, because the similarities there in the design and the processes and the way they think is very similar. You can take learnings from people not in your industry.
Yeah, I mean, you take someone like Ross at Strafe Creative, who's someone you'll know. Ross comes from an engineering background, but now I'd say he sells websites. That's the wrong thing. The company is a web design company, but his role in it is to get more people in. And once those people in, kind of work them through to a point. And actually, what Ross brings to this, which is why I think they're so good. One of the many reasons I do genuinely think these are good guys to work with is that they've got a really good process, and they've kind of taken engineering and put it into web design. And I think there's two things really. I think if you do the same stuff that you've always done and everyone else does, you end up with the same result, which is not necessarily bad, because there'll be a startup estate agent that's looking to the big guys and they'll try and emulate them there. But if you don't look outside, you'll miss some stuff. And people do what they've always done because that's kind of what the industry's doing.
It's the easiest way to do it, isn't it? And I think, if you've... Another kind of objection that is frequently asked is that one that, it won't work for our industry, or people don't do that in our business. Yeah. Like, just because you think that doesn't mean you should try it.
Yeah. And not every industry, lots of industries are littered with brilliant examples of people that have done something really different. The one that immediately springs to mind is the shaving industry. And you've got, Dollar Shave Club, I'm sure lots of you know, but we spoke about it a lot. We knew until Dollar Shave Club came along, we know that the only thing that sells razor blades is lots of face stroking, lots of stubble, aloe vera, rockets, Roger Federer, and some aeroplanes. And that's what happens to sell, to sell razors. Yet these guys came along and completely smashed the industry apart by doing something so entirely different. Something that was very, very normal in other industries, and it was, great video, it was budget, there was a bit of swearing, it was fun, it was personal, it was right for the target market. But weirdly, these massive companies had never thought about doing it.
And that, I read an article last week that Unilever are now going direct to consumer in the first time in their history with shaving packaged products, toothpaste packaged products and stuff. And that's Unilever, one of the biggest companies on the planet.
Yeah, and it is. And I think what was really interesting about this is that lots of other industries are going in there. So there's, one that came after Dolly Shave Club for like a toilet spray, Poopery, I think it was.
Poopery,
yeah, kind of
video.
Same sort of concept. Chat books. If you haven't looked at chat books, that is something that sells photo books. But you look at the messages before that happens, and you look at the chat book message. It's just completely different. And I think this is the real value of getting out of the business and hanging around with, talking to, spending time with, looking at the best in the business. And again, you see this a little bit. We're recording this not long after the World Cup, and I think I might be making this up, but I think I read that Gareth Southgate spent some time with other different teams learning about what they do. Now it's still in sport, but actually that makes real sense. What are the American football team doing to get the best out of theirs?
Clive Woodward spent some time with him, who was one of the most successful British sports coaches, right? So same sort of thing. And even globally, if you look at, I think it's Coach Woodbury used to coach college basketball, famous American guy, but he's won more games in the sport than ever, and everybody learns from him.
Yeah. And I think
Tony Robbins and all that sort of stuff.
I think it probably boils down to the fact that your business is made up of a series of processes. Every business is made up. The process to get attention, the process to get attention to engagement, the process to get engagement to conversation, the process to get conversation into purchase. Go and find which person, which industry, anywhere that does that thing the best, or does each one of those processes the best, and ask the question. We had Colin from Magical Maths came and spoke at Game Changers, and I'm making these figures up, apologies, but it was something like 38% of his profit came from asking one question, and it's a classic upsell. He just offered people a chance to buy more. And that is every single industry, every single industry has the chance just to say, as you purchase, oh, by the way, do you want?
That's it.
And some people will.